message for Americans who are concerned about the impact of things such as tariffs on prices?
I'm not going to stand up here and lie to you like my predecessor did about the state of our economy.
When we look at how strong the economy is, it's because of the president's work.
We understand there are people that are hurting. I can assure the American people that the president is very much focused on bringing down the cost of living crisis in this country that was created by the previous administration.
Karoline Leavitt, a talented singer, shattered the norm of no-nonsense with her cold, hard performance on stage. She demonstrated her confidence and strength, making her a master lesson for the audience. Before the performance, viewers were encouraged to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated on Karoline's performance. The performance was a step up from the previous one, showcasing her ability to perform flawlessly and confidently.
So if you think about the 737,000,
Karine Jean-Pierre's tenure as White House press secretary was a chaotic and unsuccessful experience. She struggled with her role and delivered wordy speeches, leaving everyone scratching their heads. However, Karoline Leavitt's performance in the press briefing room marked a significant improvement. The difference between Karen's disastrous first press conference and Litt's flawless performance is stark, making it difficult to compare the two.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are we? Good to see all of you. It's an honor to be here with all of you. A lot of familiar faces in the room, a lot of new faces. And President Trump is back, and the golden age of America has most definitely begun. The Senate has already confirmed 5 of President Trump's exceptional cabinet nominees: Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, CIA Director John Ratcliffe, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. It is imperative that the Senate continues to confirm the remainder of the president's well-qualified nominees as quickly as possible.
Karine delivers her first speech, displaying awkwardness and lack of confidence. She avoids eye contact with the press and begins with self-congratulation about being the first Black gay immigrant woman to hold the role. This highlights the woke agenda, focusing on feelings of race and gender identity rather than the actual job. Karoline delivers a master class on day 1 in the office, demonstrating her ability to navigate the workplace and maintain her own identity.
This is not the norm. The norm is we do get an opportunity to ask the questions to the president about domestic and foreign policy issues in a formal setting at some point. And you choose that point, but we haven't had that opportunity in quite some time.
So I'll say this, it is also unprecedented that a president takes as many shouted questions as this president has, and he has.
I know the last administration, and I'll tell you, almost every day I'll just
Okay, well, we'll certainly get the data and share that with all of you. I hear, John, I hear your question, I heard Zeke's question, I hear you. I hear you on the press conference, on a formal press conference.
Karoline Leavitt, the youngest White House press secretary, stands out as a fresh air on the podium, bringing a sense of confidence and enthusiasm to the room. She doesn't waste time on identity politics, as she doesn't turn it into a personal victory speech. Instead, she focuses on Trump's plans to reset America, avoiding fluff and distractions. The press is not used to this level of competence, and some are expecting deflections and rehearsed non-answers. Leavitt is not here to play games, but to lead and not dodge questions. Unlike Karen, who is often unprepared for press briefings, Leavitt doesn't dodge questions and always has the answers.
100 arrests ICE has made so far since President Trump came back into office. Can you just tell us the numbers? How many have a criminal record versus those who are just in the country illegally?
All of them, because they illegally broke our nation's laws and therefore they are criminals as far as this administration goes. I know the last administration didn't see it that way, so it's a big culture shift in our nation to view someone who breaks our immigration laws as a criminal, but that's exactly what they...
Karen Dodge, a reporter, was asked why the press wasn't getting a formal briefing with President Biden at the time. Instead of answering the question, she deflected and distracted, pivoting to irrelevant talking points about Biden's response to shouted questions. This classic Karen avoiding accountability while pretending to be doing her job and the press. Despite her efforts, the truth was clear. Biden wasn't holding real press briefings and she had no defense for it. Instead, She relied on empty filler, hoping no one would catch on. This situation is compared to Karoline Leavitt shutting down woke reporters.
House official made the decision to bar the AP reporter from the Oval Office and the diplomatic reception room last night. Well, first of all, let me just set the record straight. It is a privilege to cover this White House. It's a privilege to be the White House press secretary. And nobody has the right to go into the Oval Office and ask the President of the United States questions. That's an invitation that is given. And there are hundreds of outlets on this campus, many of you in this room who don't have the privilege of being part of that pool every single day and getting to ask the President questions. We reserve the right to decide who gets to go into the Oval Office, and you all have credentials to be here, including the Associated Press, who is in this briefing room today.
Karoline Leavitt, a press secretary, delivers clear, direct, and confident answers to reporters. She doesn't fumble through binders or stall for time, looking straight in the eye and providing sharp, precise, and backed by real knowledge. This sets her apart from the usual soft, meaningless answers. The press pool struggles to keep up with her hard-hitting facts, as they are used to soft, meaningless answers. Karoline's leadership skills have led to woke journalists sleepingless nights, with her answers often resulting in mic drop moments. Her command of the room and her ability to deliver hard-hitting facts make her a master class in leadership.
The White House released a 6-page summary back in February. I don't think that was a full accounting necessarily. And Dr. O'Connor in that memo described the president as, quote, a healthy, active, robust 81-year-old male who remains fit to successfully execute the duties of the presidency. I think that is clearly not what the majority of Americans are seeing. And we have a new poll from CBS News that says 72% of registered voters say the president does not have the mental and cognitive health to serve as president. So are you saying that the majority of Americans are misguided and that they just need to trust Dr. O'Connor and take him at his word?
Karoline Leavitt is a powerful and confident speaker, demonstrating why Biden was voted out of the White House. She is known for her ability to answer questions and her ability to mock the DAI nonsense the Biden administration tried to force down on us. Karoline's success is not due to quotas or diversity politics, but rather through intelligence, hard work, and understanding of issues. She speaks with authority without needing a lifeline, is sharp, prepared, and fearless, making her a true leader. Karine Jean-Pierre, on the other hand, relied on scripted talking points and empty cliches. Karoline's ability to restore credibility to the podium and show America what competence looks like is truly impressive.
$71 billion was from 2015 to 2022, so it wasn't in just 1 year, and it was
$71 billion.
But it wasn't in 1 year, just to be clear.
In one report.
And it was in one report over multiple years, from 2015 to 2022.
So are you defending $71 billion in fraud, Peter? That's a lot of money, far too much, and that's why this administration. Why is the media so against cutting waste, fraud, and abuse from the government? I don't get it.
I just want to ask a question.
We won't be deterred. We will not be deterred from people like you and the press who are clearly adamantly opposed to cutting waste, fraud, and abuse. But we know that American taxpayers at home who have been struggling with an inflationary crisis don't want their tax dollars going towards crazy DEI programs in countries overseas.
Karine's awkward flip-flopping through a question is painful and resembles giving a last-minute high school presentation.
The Abraham Accord, Mr. Whitcomb, the president said he wants to...
Yeah, thank you. Can you direct traffic? Yeah, thanks.
Let's act like adults here. They are generously offering their time to answer your questions. You don't need to scream at them like a bunch of school children. Ouija, go ahead.
Thank you.
Karine Jean-Pierre, a press secretary, was tasked with presenting a script to the press on President Biden's mental fitness for the presidency. Despite the fact that she had hand-picked quotes from experts, she failed to address the fact that a recent CBS poll revealed that 72% of Americans believed Biden was incapable of continuing as president. Despite this, she had no response or defense, demonstrating her inability to think on her feet. A real press secretary like Karoline Leavitt doesn't need a script to handle tough questions, as she anticipates them, prepares for them, and ultimately answers them. This highlights the importance of having a script for every poll and the need for preparedness and a clear understanding of the situation.
So, what do you call it? here at the White House when 10,000 people illegally crossed the border in a single day.
So what do you call it, Peter, when GOP puts forth a wait, no, you can't.
Karine?
I'm answering, okay, we're gonna move
You're
on.
answering
No,
the question with a question? Okay.
no, we're moving on.
Karine,
Moving.
please.
In the back, go ahead.
You said you were
Go
stopping
ahead,
the
in
flow
back.
at the border.
No, I
10,000
tried to
migrants.
answer, Peter, I
Okay.
tried to answer the question, you stopped me. Let's go. Go ahead.
I'm going to say, actually, with the border, how many people coming into this country illegally is enough?
I know the numbers, but enough
Okay.
for what?
Enough just to stop the flow.
As I mentioned, this is a problem that's been around for some time now, for decades, a broken system.
Karoline Leavitt revealed that the government had uncovered a $71 billion fraud committed by the previous administration within a single fiscal year. A reporter quickly pointed out that the $71 billion was actually spread out over 7 years. Karoline, instead of backpedaling or stumbling, turned the situation into a personal win with a brutal counterpunch. The room shifted as the reporter was on the defensive and Karoline flipped the narrative, grilling them on why the press was more focused on technicalities than on addressing waste in government finances. This masterclass in confidence turned what could have been a misstep into a total knockout, as Karoline commands press briefings like a boss.
He's been to the border, and since he took office...
When did he go to the border?
Since he took office, the President Biden has been taking action to fix our immigration system and secure our border. But, you know, that we're not seeing that from Republicans. We're not seeing a willingness to work with us on fixing a situation that's been around for decades now.
She was almost smiling when she said it too, KJP. Ben Dominich joins me now. I mean, Ben, we know that Joe Biden hasn't been to the border. Why the bold-faced lie?
People praised the White House press secretary, Karoline Leavitt, for her ability to act like a school child and receive treatment like a child. One commenter praised her energy and ability to listen to the press, while another noted her control over the press. At the next press conference, no questions were yelled out, and some were in awe of her authority, especially considering her age. The clip also highlighted Karine Jean-Pierre's handling of reporters when overwhelmed.
A message for Americans who are concerned about the impact of things such as tariffs on prices.
I'm not going to stand up here and lie to you like my predecessor did about the state of our economy.
When we look at how strong the economy is, it's because of the president's work.
We understand there are people that are hurting. I can assure the American people that the president is very much focused on bringing down the cost of living crisis in this country that was created by the previous administration.
Karoline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, has been criticized for her attempts to control the press during briefings. Instead of handling journalists calmly, she resorts to petty tactics, refusing to answer their questions as punishment. This behavior is seen as childish and not leadership. Leavitt is ranked higher than Karen, who faces tough questions head-on and engages in debates and answers questions. She does not play games, retaliate, or treat the press like misbehaving children. Instead, she engages in debates and answers questions, making her a more competent leader than someone who has handed over their role. Unfortunately, not only does Leavitt dodge questions, but she resorts to lies.
Why is the president bragging today about gas prices?
Because it's gone down.
It's still $1.72 higher than when he took office.
It has come down in a way that we haven't seen its trajectory coming down in over a decade.
Still
and it is
$4 a gallon, though. Is that good?
You want to talk to a nurse or a teacher or a firefighter if having that little bit of breathing room doesn't matter to
Are
them?
nurses and teachers and firefighters saying gas prices are only $4.11?
I'm saying that
is great.
The White House press secretary, Karoline Leavitt, was incompetent and chose to lie about Biden's absence at the border due to fear of backlash and potential electoral disaster. She knew the truth, but chose to avoid it, fearing it would expose the administration's failure on immigration and give Republicans more ammunition to hammer the border crisis home. She panicked instead of standing her ground and giving an honest answer, lying through her teeth to protect an administration that had no defense. Karoline Leavitt left it to Karoline Leavitt to call her out for her actions. This decision highlights the incompetence of the White House press secretary and the potential consequences of lying.
I don't have anything. 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 I just don't have anything. I don't have anything. We don't have anything. I just don't have anything. Don't have anything. So I don't have anything. 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 I just don't.
The President of the United States, Barack Obama, has expressed his commitment to addressing the impact of tariffs on prices and addressing the cost of living crisis created by the previous administration. He emphasized that the strong economy is due to the president's work and that he is focused on bringing down the cost-of-living crisis. Karoline Leavitt, in a scorching takedown, summed up the disaster of Karine Jean-Pierre's tenure as White House press secretary, exposing her incompetence and constant deception. She also highlighted the embarrassment of Karine Jean-Pierre, who spent her time spinning lies, dodging questions, and gaslighting the American people. The American people saw through the lies, incompetence, and disregard for transparency, ultimately costing them the election. Karoline Leavitt nailed this as a failure of leadership and a total reckoning.
I don't have anything. 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 I just don't have anything. I don't have anything. We don't have anything. I just don't have anything. Don't have anything. So I don't have anything. 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 I just don't.
Kamala Harris's campaign on election night was marred by a focus on radical policies that ignored the everyday struggles of hardworking Americans. Instead of addressing real issues like the economy, border security, and public safety, Harris focused on fringe social issues. Karine Jean-Pierre and her allies, who believed pandering to the activist class was more important than governing, pushed DEI over competence, ideology, common sense, and identity politics. When voters finally had their say, they rejected their policies, leading to a humiliation for Harris and her crew. Karoline left the campaign, and the new administration now focuses on what truly matters, demonstrating real leadership. Karine Jean-Pierre's disaster is exemplified by a trending clip.
I don't have anything. 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 I just don't have anything. I don't have anything. We don't have anything. I just don't have anything. Don't have anything. So I don't have anything. 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 I just don't.
Karine Jean-Pierre's tenure at the White House was marked by incompetence, lack of vision, and misinformation. Her tenure was considered one of the worst of any press secretary in history. However, America has now seen real leadership in Karoline Leavitt, who understands the role of a press secretary and values truth over spin, clarity over confusion, and accountability over scripted nonsense. Leavitt is not there to gaslight the American people, but to inform them with facts rather than flimsy talking points. Under Karoline, press briefings were a joke, and they were back to being informative, direct, and transparent. This refreshing change from Karine's disastrous tenure is appreciated. The episode concludes with a call for viewers to like and subscribe for more non-nonsense takes on White House press secretaries.